Ladies and gentlemen, when you truly, truly care about someone, when you truly, truly love someone, you would not dare allow them to suffer. Not for 1 minute. Especially when you have the power and the authorization to end the person's suffering, you would do it. I'm going to repeat that again. When you truly, truly love and care about someone, never, ever would you allow that person to suffer, especially when you have the power and the authority to end their suffering. So please help me understand when they tell us God loves us, but on the other hand, we're suffering. And this God has the power and the authority, because he is all powerful, like they've told us, to end our suffering. But he doesn't. So how can you now tell me that this God loves me? Isn't that Stockholm syndrome, believing that someone who allows you to suffer loves you? Yes, that is what it's called, ladies and gentlemen. Stockholm syndrome. Look it up. Therefore, I'm here to let you know that you are your own God. You are your own God, and I want to help each and every one of you get to the point where you believe that. So you decide for yourself what is right for you. You do not need to take the opinion of any outsider other than yourself. So that means if you want to live until you're 90, that is your prerogative. You decide that that's what you want. Or if you don't want to live until 90 and you prefer to take yourself out of here at a certain point, that's your prerogative. That's your desires. I'm not here to convince you to do one thing or the other. I am here to tell you to stop listening to society, because they're a bunch of dumb idiots. Do not let their opinions define you and your beliefs. Have your own free will, your own bodily autonomy. And if you need help from another person to take you to another level, don't be scared to ask. That's why we're building community with each other. And I love when people reach out to me. And if I can help you, I will. If I know something, I'll let you know. If you send me something I really don't understand, I might question you, because I really don't understand. I want you to clarify what you're trying to say. But if you need help, like I had a gentleman email me saying that he's been abused by his parents, and I've been meaning to, I don't know, this gentleman asked me to share his story, right? He emailed me. He said, I want you to share my story. I've been being abused by my parents, and now I want to self-delete. And I wrote him back and I said, brother, I am so sorry that you are suffering. I'm very sorry to hear that. What method are you going to use? Because I want to make sure that whatever method it is, I hope it's peaceful. I don't even know my followers, but I care about y'all, and I don't want y'all to suffer. Now, the rest of these fucking idiots out here, they're gonna suffer, and it's usually self-inflicted. It usually is self-inflicted. And that's why I can understand the free will aspect of it, but at the same time, too, it's like you could get sick. You could have a stroke, and that wasn't your free will. You could lose feeling in the left side of your body, and that was not your free will. So I can understand when they use the free will argument when they want to talk about God. But at that aspect is like you really didn't have to create anything at all, because in the beginning there was nothing. So why create anything? And I'm just talking what's the word I'm looking for? I'm looking for a specific word. I'm just talking like if this shit was true, because we don't know, right? We really don't know what's true. We were just placed here. We don't know what the fuck is going on. They told us it was some God, but when you look around, you clearly see this is not some paradise. What? I mean, if you're going to talk about some God that was all powerful and all knowing, this is below standards here. And we have to call a spade a spade. This is something that a child with limited brain power that was just scribbling. This is the plan and the creating, the making of a young child. I would not expect this from an all-knowing, all-powerful creator. I would not expect this. I think we should have higher standards for this entity. We should. Before we try to convince everybody that it's real, it exists, we must praise it, we must worship it, we have to set higher standings for this entity. This entity got to do something worthwhile, because it ain't shit going on here but survival, reproduction, death. That's what we're doing here. We fill the empty space with shit, walking around, not really doing anything, working. That's what we're doing here. So what was so imperative that it had to be created for? What? What? What was it? What was so grand? What? And I've been to the most beautiful places on earth, and I plan to visit more beautiful places on earth. I mean, places that will take your breath away. So beautiful. That's one of my favorite things to do, is to travel. But at the end of the day, was any of that necessary to be created? If it was going to come along with all the suffering. No, because before we existed, there was nothing, and it did not need to be bothered. Nothing needed to be bothered. Nothing was in need. Nothing. But humans want to keep the charade going. They want to keep the circus going. They want to keep telling the next generation the same thing. God created us because he loved us, and we're on earth to do his bidding, and we have to worship this God. And it's like the same cycle over and over again. Meanwhile, you're living life and things are happening to you, and you're trying to figure out why. Why is this occurring to me? Listen, baby, don't ever allow yourself to suffer. Don't allow yourself to suffer. I mean, if you really want to suffer, I mean, by all means, nobody's going to stop you. Nobody's going to stop you, but why? Why? Your leg is broken. I mean, you can barely get by. Every day, you're struggling. You're paying $5 a gallon of gas. You're going to work. You're sitting in traffic every day. Same shit every day. You don't have no change. But you want to change, right? And I plan on providing that for my anti-lifers. I want y'all to be a part of a online clique, a gang, where we could put our minds together. If you want to continue to exist and you want to try to find a way out of the matrix, then I would love to be a part of a group that's working on that. Because I don't plan on going nowhere. I'm good. I'm chilling. I plan to chill even harder. And then once I have more free time, I'll be able to focus and concentrate on creating this website so that we can commune together, pick each other's brains, but we cannot allow outsiders in, because as soon as you allow outsiders in something of that status, they will ruin what you have built. Because we have a bunch of prison guards on this prison planet ready to go and tell that. They don't want you to have a peaceful exit. They don't want you congregating together and putting your minds together to see if you could figure some shit out. They don't want that. These are some prison guards out here in this realm, you guys. They don't want nobody. They will sit up and tell you this God gave us free will. But when you try to use your own free will, oh, these people will try to tell you you're all kinds of wrongs. Who are you? Who do you think you are to try to exit this prison planet? Who do you think you are? Now I'm going to put you in a psych ward. Now I'm going to fill you up with drugs, and there's not anything that you can do because I have the government backing me. I have the government backing me. You didn't ask to be on this prison planet, but we don't give a fuck. We are using you. We're sucking you dry until your back is hunched. You're walking with a cane. Your hair is gray. You're getting old. That's when you're getting closer to the end, but we're still not going to let you go. Who the hell do you think you are? I would also love to show different aspects of trying to survive in the Matrix for real. I want to put our ideas together. See what we can come up with. I have a few things on my mind. I'm testing and doing a couple of things here and there. But maybe somebody else has an idea. Maybe somebody else can see what I'm trying to do and take it to the next level. Maybe. We got to put our heads together to figure it out. But we cannot allow outsiders in. They're going to come in talking about their God. They're going to try to use this same God that they claim gave you free will. They're going to try to use this God to guilt trip you into using your free will. Hello? Maybe I need to repeat that. The same people who tell you this God gave us free will will come in to what you're trying to use your free will to do and use this same God against you using your free will. That is why I tell you guys, do not listen to any outsiders. They're irrelevant. They're irrelevant. I want to help people get the fuck out of here. I do. That is my dream. Because I think you deserve not to suffer. You came, you saw this shit for what it was, and you realized that it wasn't worth it. Nothing here was worth it. You came, you lived your life, you did all you could for yourself, and you got the fuck out of here. And guess what? You should be proud of yourself for that. But at the end of the day, you should never suffer. And people actually believe that their children won't allow them to suffer, and their children will be the first ones to allow them to suffer. Why? Because we create these attachments, and people get attached, and they're like, I'm trying to hold you here for as long as possible, but it's like that person is suffering, so you should be willing to let them go if you truly loved and cared about them. But humans don't operate on that kind of level of logical thinking. They rather think with their heart, and they rather think with their emotions. And I get it. But at the end of the day, I believe I would never allow someone to suffer that I loved and cared for. I would never do it. So just imagine if I had like godlike powers. If you had godlike powers, would you allow people to suffer? I think I would if I felt like it was self-inflicted. I would allow the person to. But if it's not self-inflicted, if it's like you got this random blood disease, brain cancer, some shit that was totally out of your control, and I had the ability to end that shit, I would do it in a heartbeat. If you're a good person, right? I would never create this shit to begin with, but I'm saying if I was to create some shit, that's how it would operate. I would never need to create nothing because I have no desire to create anything. I have zero desire to create anything. I would not have any desire to be any creator of any earth, humans. I'm a god. Like I just chill by myself. But people have to create a drama to be entertained. I get it. Some people are bored. They had to create. Get bored. Let me create Earth. Let me throw two people on Earth and tell them I'm gonna test you. Even though I created you for nothing, I'm gonna test you. Let's see if you pass my test. It's like, what? You created me. Why you testing me now? I ain't asked you to do that. I ain't asked you to create me. You brought me here for you. So it's like, why do I have to prove something to you? What? You might as well have left me where I was at. You didn't have to create me. If you felt you needed to test me, why? You made me. So whatever I do, it's because you built it within me. So what is it that you're testing? Especially you supposed to be knowing. So how you test something that you already know? How? You already know. So how why would you test it? It's like saying I know 2 + 2 = 4, and now I need to put it to the test to see if it's true. I already know it's true. But they say this God knew everything. So, when things just don't add up. Things just don't add up. And I say that to say, never keep on your conscience that there's some outside God judging you for doing what you need to do for yourself. Motherfucker brought you here. Now you need to survive. You need to play the stupid game for as long as possible. But never feel like there's some outsider creator that needs to judge you and you can't move and do what you need to do because there's some creator judging you. Never put that in your mind. Be your own God. Decipher for yourself, what is it that you want? Try to research it. See if you can get it done. See if maybe you can reach out to somebody who may know more than you. Try to do that. And then also if you're ready to go, you got to research that too. I tell y'all all the time, I have a video discussing methods, but I tell everyone to still do your research because I'm not a doctor. I'm not a doctor, but at the end of the day, all I know is I don't want any of you guys to suffer. Okay? I'm out.